Good evening. In the spring of 2014, the Charlotte Bobcats officially became the Charlotte Hornets. While many people believe that this is the move that fixes the franchise, it will not be. The team has had a history of getting off on the wrong foot, terrible coaching staffs, and had not had the best luck in drafting players out of college. The team as a whole got off on the wrong foot in the first place, with the original Charlotte Hornets relocating to New Orleans in 2002. Because there was a team in the NBA whose name included the word Hornet, the expansion franchise promised to come in 2004 had to select a new name. Robert Johnson, founder of Black Entertainment Television, and a group of investors were awarded the franchise. In 2003, a Help the Team Name poll was released to the public, and in June 2003, the team name was revealed as the Charlotte Bobcats. Years would pass until the public would learn that Johnson had completely disregarded the winner, the Charlotte Flight, referring to North Carolina's history of being first in flight, as the actual winner of the team name poll. The general public scrutinized the name Bobcats by stating that Johnson wanted his first name in the team name, Bob being a nickname of Robert. Although never confirmed, it is still believed this is the origin of the team name. The Bobcats have had coaching problems since the beginning. Since inception, the Bobcats have been through 6 head coaches, none of which have served a tenure longer than 2 years. There is an exception with Bernie Bickerstaff, the very first Bobcats head coach, who spent 3 years in Charlotte, and currently Steve Clifford, who will be entering his 3rd season as head coach in the fall. Although Bickerstaff had the longest run of any head coach, he was not very successful, posting an 1864 record in his inaugural season. Bickerstaff did improve slightly over his next 2 seasons, bringing the team to a 26-56 record and a 33-49 record, respectively. Midway through his 3rd season as coach, Michael Jordan, minority owner at the time, announced that Bickerstaff would not return for a 4th season, but would finish out the current season. Under Bickerstaff, the Bobcats posted a dismal 77-169 record. Trying to fix the rut that the Bobcats were in, Johnson hired coach Larry Brown, who had just won an NBA championship with the Detroit Pistons in 2004. In Brown's first season, the Bobcats finished with a 35-47 record. And in February 2010, Robert Johnson sold the franchise to Michael Jordan, making Jordan the first retired player in NBA history to become the majority owner of a franchise. During this time, the 2010 Bobcats would make history. They finished the regular season with a 44-38 regular season record and earned a spot in the playoffs as an 8th seed. This was the best season for the Bobcats, as this was the first winning season in franchise history. Although the Orlando Magic swept the Bobcats, losing 4 games straight in the best-of-7 series in the first round of the playoffs, it gave the Bobcats its first NBA All-Star in Gerald Wallace. Instead of keeping the players and tried to build around them, Jordan blew up the roster and lost almost all the players to free agency or trades. After the playoff run, the team's mindset coming into next season was they wanted to make the playoffs again. However, dreams did not become a reality. On December 22, 2010, during the middle of the regular season, Jordan released to the media that Brown would be stepping down as head coach immediately and that Paul Silas would be his replacement. This would end up being another typical year for the Bobcats, exiting the regular season with a 34-48 record and no spot in the playoffs. Silas and his coaching staff would look to build for the future the following NBA season. After drafting Kemba Walker, the NCAA basketball tournament's most outstanding player, and point guard from the University of Connecticut in 2011, the Bobcats were looking to improve. What happened was far from improvement. They ended the season with a 7-59 record, the worst season in NBA history, with a win percentage of .106. Silas was fired after this horrific season, and Mike Dunlap from St. John's University was named as his successor. But Dunlap did not do much to help develop these young players. After players were disappointed with Dunlap and his coaching style, Jordan fired him after a single season and hired Steve Clifford, former assistant to the Los Angeles Lakers, as head coach. So far, Clifford has exceeded expectations with a 43-39 record in his first season, and in his second season, a 33-49 record, and made it to the playoffs as a 7th seed in the Eastern Conference in 2014. However, during this playoff run, the Bobcats faced a strong Miami Heat team and would lose 4 games straight in a best-of-7 series. In the NBA draft, the Bobcats have drafted flops like Adam Morrison, whose inability to defend at the elite level hindered his professional career. Other flops include Sean May, Lance Stevenson, and Jeff Taylor. These are players that were good at the college level, but were never able to excel at the NBA level. On the contrary, the Hornets are getting better. They were able to retain center Al Jefferson this past summer, along with a young nucleus consisting of Kemba Walker, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and Cody Zeller. Currently, the Hornets rank 9th in defensive efficiency, but a sappy 28th in offensive efficiency. This past offseason, the Hornets acquired NBA veterans Nicholas Batum, Jeremy Lin, and drafted rookie Frank Kaminsky. The future of the team looks bright. The city of Charlotte finally got its home team and unique colors back, and it's something that fans have rejoiced about. While the future looks very bright, it is hard to look back and see the atrocious history that the Bobcats have had. After the switch, the franchise looks to improve on this last season and go north, not south, like they have been. With the new name, fans can throw out the old and bring in the new, and with that, create a new legacy. Let's just hope this new Hornets legacy is not the one the Bobcats left with.